Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, December 11th. It is 6:19 right now. Market's going to open in about 11 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick, and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. It's got a couple of things here to update, and we should be good to go. All right, it looks like we are good to go. All right, so made this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. All right, as people join in, I'm gonna go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here. So I'll start the daily time frame. There. There, there. There, I go down to the 8-hour. Mark it up there. Going down to the 4-hour. Going down to the 2-hour. Going down to the 1-hour. Going down to the 30-minute. Call that red. Down to the 15. So as you guys can see, there's a lot of low-level liquidity that's starting to pile up right here. This is all from last week. When the market started to go sideways a bit on Friday. 10-minute over here. Yeah, we got a whole bunch of levels just chilling right here. So these are all probably going to get hit by this week. It's good. Going down to the 1 minute. And that is about it. So, all right, looking at current price right here, you can see that price has been going sideways for quite a bit. Closest level of liquidity is going to be down below over here at 36,613. So this is going to be the lower level right here. This might get hit pre-market, but we'll see. And then the upper level is going to be right here at 36,645. So 2 levels of liquidity. I'm just waiting right there. That looks about it. All right, guys. So good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, December 11th. It is 6:24 right now. Market's going to open in about 6 minutes. We've marked up liquidity over here. Closest level of liquidity down below is right here at 36,613. Upper level over here is going to be at 36,645. Going over here to our clean chart, I'll mark up 6:30, which is market open time. 8 o'clock. See if there's any structure here that we can identify on the higher time frames. We'll go from the 4-hour first. First level is right here. Next level is down here, but pretty far away. Going down to the 1-hour. Next level is right there. So the lower levels are pretty far off. However, the upper level is right here. So this is going to be the 4-hour resistance level. This has been the resistance since last week. So not too much has changed there. But yeah, that's pretty much it for now. So we got that right there. I think price will continue to push up though. Reason for that is because we'll take a look at retail sentiment. So I don't think there's any news for today. So today we have news at 8 o'clock. That's fine. That's gonna be about our sign-off time. Fundamentals are currently down 13 points, and the retail sentiment is currently 82% short. So as you can see here, it shows that 82% of retail traders are currently selling right now. So we typically want to do the opposite and buy. This is why I think price is going to be bullish today because of this. It's so heavy on the sell side that I think eventually price is going to just swing all the way back up. Not super high though, because it's already at the 4-hour resistance. So I don't know how far it'll really push up. But it'll probably push up at least to the upper level of this 4-hour resistance, which is, I mean, it's kind of far, but it's not really that far. So if we measure it from here, this is where price is currently at. It's like 600 pips. So it'll probably climb up pretty decent. And that's kind of where I'm expecting it to go. So we got that marked up right there. We got liquidity right here at 36,645. We got a London session high right there above. And I think that's about it. There's no other red flags up there. Let me see if there's anything else that we maybe look out for, be careful for. Okay, so there's a London high and there's an Asia high right here. So just be careful whenever you get into trades around those areas, because obviously that's going to be an area of manipulation. And then we have the New York high above here, even higher. So London high, Asia high, New York high, they're all going to be in this upper area. So price will probably climb, and then it'll probably get manipulated around this area. So if it does get at that high, this is probably what we'll see. We'll see price kind of climb up a bit, maybe fake out, come down, come back up, break through it, fake out, go back up higher. It's not going to be a smooth move to the upside, but I do expect it to go up. So, all right, that's that. Looks like the liquidity might be getting hit pre-market. It's almost there. Yeah, it already got hit. So there goes the liquidity right there. The first level got hit pre-market, 628 right now. Still got 2 minutes until 6:30. But as I mentioned, I do expect price to make its climb higher. I'm not going to enter the trade there for the liquidity. It's just too close to market open. Last thing you want to do is enter a position right now, and then you get faked out as soon as market opens at 6:30, because there's going to be a lot of manipulation today. The sentiment's just super high on one side, so it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. It's like a double-edged sword. It's a good thing because you can expect reversals to the upside. It's a bad thing because everybody's looking for reversals to the upside, right? I don't think we're the only ones that use it. Maddie actually showed me a video of a trader on Instagram that does the same thing we're doing. So I was asking Maddie, like, hey, is this guy in our group? Because he literally identifies everything the same way we do. He looks at retail sentiment, looks at fundamentals and technicals. I think I'm the only person that really does that, or has been doing it for years. Yeah, a lot of people are starting to do similar analysis to us. Yeah, exactly. Maddie said he copied us. He's probably in the group. I mean, I wouldn't blame him. Like, if he's part of the group, it's good information. So yeah, just want to be a little careful. All right, morning Kenny, morning Alan, morning Lila, morning Daniel, morning everybody. Market is going to open in about a minute. We got price pushing up. Target price point is going to be the sessions right there. Looks like liquidity already got hit. Yeah, so full CPL on liquidity right there on that first level. Next level is going to be up here as price continues to climb up higher. All right, guys, market is about to open shortly in about 10 seconds. Market is open in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Market is now open. So big push to the upside, just like we anticipated. Liquidity right there just got hit again. I'm not going to chase this here, guys. I'm going to let it kind of, damn, that's a lot of push right there. So it's doing exactly what we anticipated. I said price is probably going to push up. All the liquidity right there just got hit. So if anybody took any of those levels of liquidity that I marked up, it pretty much hit all of these levels here that I mentioned. And there we go. It's price blasts right through all the red flags. I'm not going to risk it though. So I'm going to wait for it to come back down. But yeah, I mean, it did exactly what we anticipated, right? Retail sentiment was super high on the sell side, shot all the way right back up to where it's supposed to go. So again, guys, just a waiting game here. Not going to force anything. I'm going to be careful with these sells here. So, we'll probably get some sells here that might come back down for a retracement, but I'm not going to take it. I'm going to wait for it to hold off. Wait for it to retrace and then correct back up before I start looking for any trades. Because it's going to have to pull back eventually. So price pushed up about, let's see. Here, I'll mark up opening price real quick. So we got opening price right here. That right there. Opening price right there. For our clean chart. Yeah, so pretty much all liquidity got hit already. So all liquidity right here got hit. First, it started from down here, pushed all the way through, and it is starting to push up even higher from there. So it's still pushing up higher from where it's currently at. Blasted right through the 4-hour resistance level. And it looks like it might just retrace here for a bit. You guys hear that? My MC4? So there might be an issue with the market today, guys. Be careful with your trading. My MC4 just disconnected and it just reconnected there. Yeah, that's a sign. Whenever your MC4 starts to disconnect and reconnect like that, there's something going on in the market. So, and there you go, disconnected again, reconnected. Nice, Valentine got all the liquidity right there. Nice work, Valentine. Yeah, so if you guys are just getting into the room, we've marked up all the liquidity here. I got on actually earlier today, or like 10 minutes early. So if you guys were able to catch that, nice work. So nice work, Valentine, on catching that liquidity right there. Maddie said all-time high is at 36,832. Got it. Thanks, Maddie, for the heads up. Sure, I could check it. I'll put it on the clean chart so it's easier to see. I mean, it looks like the all-time highs already hit, Maddie. Oh, actually, you're wrong. I mean, I'm right. I mean, you're right. You're right. I'm wrong. The all-time high is right here. I bet it's pretty far back. It was in January of last year, 2022. So it's kind of far back. So yeah, it's at 36,832. I'll put that over here. Yeah, so I mean, it's still got some distance to get up there, but let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's almost there. It's right there. All-time high price. It's colored black. Yeah, I think so too. I think it'll get hit by the end of the year for sure. Probably by the end of this week, most likely. It's not that far away. Yeah, I mean, we could probably get hit by today. It's 1,000 pips away. So for sure by the end of the week, it'll probably get hit. All right, so price starting to retrace back down right here. This is completely fine. What you can look for here is maybe look for price to bounce off one of these red flags. So probably the New York high. Price might come down, consolidate down here a bit, come back up. So what I kind of would like to see is I'd like to see a momentum counter scalp. So I'd like to see a sell signal, two green candles, and a continuation to the upside. So I'll probably look for momentum counter scalp to the upside. Maybe look for a couple of fake outs, maybe a V1 variation. So guys, the breakout happened. Actually, there wasn't really a breakout here. Not yet. I mean, technically, if you wanted to take this right here, this could have been your breakout entry, but I wouldn't have taken it because it's so far up. You know, it's due for retracement. So, I mean, if you really wanted to take the original breakout, this would be the original breakout right here. I mean, not to say that it won't come back up, but this is way overextended. So I wouldn't have taken the breakout from this point. You know, from this low point to here, price pushed up 1,000 pips. You know, 1,000 pips is a threshold. This is already overbought. So at that point, it's due for retracement. But if you guys did want to take the original breakout V1, the version 1 of it, this would be the entry there. And here we go, as price starts to continue climbing back up. But we'll see. I think price will just consolidate here for a bit. It's either going to consolidate or it's going to establish some structure and then start to range. We currently have a higher high right here. So, I mean, this might be the new range realistically. So I'll put this right here. This is the 1 minute resistance. We got the 4-hour resistance level right here. But there's no entries for us to take right now at the moment. I mean, technically, if you wanted to take the breakout V1, original breakout, that's the only entry that's currently running right now. Currently have a higher high, so if price breaks the structure over here, this could be a possible entry for a high-low scalp if anybody's looking to take that. Otherwise, there's just not really much to take here right now. So if you guys are looking to continue climbing this, you know, this would be the structure that you want to look for price to break. Because if price does break that structure, it's probably going to continue climbing up higher from there. Pretty sure everything's bullish right now. So looking over here at the fundamentals, are currently up 80 points. Retail sentiment still the same, 82% short. So there's still there's a lot of ways to go to the upside. Looking over here at the technicals, obviously everything's bullish. 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, super bullish. 30 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, all bullish as well. So we got a lot of things here to just follow along with. This will be the closest level for a high-low scalp if it ever does come up. There's another level establishing right here for a high-low scalp V2. Again, if you guys get a lot of highs here that start to produce, so say for example, right now there's 2 of them, right? If you start to get like 3 levels right here, then you for sure don't want to take that high-low scalp V2 because that's going to confirm that price is going sideways and it's in a range of consolidation. So we went over this during the mentoring session. These are this situation right here is not bad yet, but it's going to be getting bad if there's going to be like 3 levels here that come up. You know, 2 levels is fine. You get to 3 or 4 levels, and at that point, you know, price is obviously going sideways, and you shouldn't take the high-low scalp V2s. So just look out for this here. If this establishes, which it's probably going to establish unless price climbs up very quickly, it's going to be a no-go zone because it's going to be a sideways market. So I'm really hoping for the sell signal. I want the sell signal to come up because that's going to be our first indication of the retracement. Once we have the sell signal, we can confirm retracement. Once we confirm the retracement, we can look for continuation, which is what we're really looking for. So, hey, David, good morning. Morning, Brock. All right, so I want the sell signal to close. This is what we want. We want it to close and we want it to correct back up. Because until we have that, we're not going to have a correction. I mean, if you want to take a V3 sell camo, you can, but I've been saying pretty much all session, I'm not really looking for sells here because you're kind of going against the grain at that point. So if you want to take it, you know, feel free. But for me personally, I'm probably not going to take any sells. The retail sentiment right here is crazy high. So there's no point in taking sells because it's going to go up. it might not go up right now, might not go up in the next, 10, 20 minutes, but eventually it's going to go up because it's got a lot of these cells to basically sell up to wipe out. Too many cells right now. So it's way too tricky. I'm not expecting a correction. It's just way too far down. So I mean, so the correction right here is probably gonna, if you get a red candle right there, the correction is like this opening price and it's too close. So in order for it to correct way down here, I highly doubt it. If anything, it might just come down to like, these red flags right here and then bounce off. So you might get a red candle right there. You might get like a little drop right here and then a shoot right back up. So not really looking for sells. I mean, if you want to take it and you feel comfortable and it looks good, like say if it lines up with your analysis, right? And you think it looks really good and you think it's going to fill this gap, then, then by all means take it. But I think it's just a little too risky in my opinion. Because right here, it's super close. If opening price was like down here, like this blue line was down here, then I would have maybe had taken this because it's enough to get like 100 pips or so. But if you were to measure it from this point here, I mean, you can maybe get 100 pips, possibly. But you can see right here that price is starting to kind of swing around a bit. So, yeah, for me personally, I'll probably avoid it. Yeah, no problem, Camo. It's just it's a little risky. Hey, Jeff, how's it going, man? Welcome back. It's been a while. Yeah, so it looks like it probably would have hit, Camo. It's all good. I mean, I'd rather be safe than sorry, but it looks like it probably would have hit. Yeah, it did. 100 pips at least. So this is technically the breakout V3 right here, guys. I'm not looking to take it, but this is the breakout V3. If you took the continuation, it would have been 100 pips right there, full TP, but it would have been too close to the red flags right here. So yeah, target price point is here if you're taking the breakout V3. Again, I didn't plan on taking it because for one, there's a lot of red flags right here, and I think price isn't necessarily going to pull down that heavy. It might pull down, hit these TPs, but eventually I think it's going to swing right back up. So the continuation did hit. So if anybody took the continuation for its sell, solid work. The breakout V3 is currently running right here. I'm looking for a momentum counter scalp. So I'm looking for 2 green candles here. If I get 2 green candles, I'll probably climb it up for at least 100 pips and then possibly ride it up for a little bit. Yeah, exactly. Camel said, I like hearing the thought process. Win or lose, you might have a high winner. You have a high win rate, and it's based on your thought process. That's what I'm trying to learn. Yeah, I avoid the risky trades. That's pretty much what I do. I just avoid the risky trades. I know there's other entries that'll come up, but for me personally, I try to avoid the risky trades because it's just too messy. Especially when the sentiment's this high. Like I would have expected some of the sellers here to get stopped out, but it seems like a lot of them are holding on pretty strong. I mean, 82% short is super heavy, so they're going to have to get stopped out eventually. I don't think price is going to correct back down. It doesn't seem like it. So if there's a green candle right here, guys, this may be a possible momentum counter scalp. So if anybody's looking to take that, I think a quick 100 pips could be fine. If anybody's looking to take the quick 100 pips there for the counter scalp, but you got to make sure that it's like pretty obvious. Like you can't have it where it's shifting between green and red. Like right here, it's shifting too much and too quickly. It's got to be pretty obvious, like an obvious green candle. Because the last thing you want to do is enter a trade and then the candles are kind of moving back and forth, and then you don't really have an idea of like where it's going to go from there. So unless this closes pretty obvious, I'm probably going to sit out. But if it closes as an obvious green candle, I'll probably take it for a quick 100 pips and then see where it goes from there. Let me see if I get into this. I'll follow it. Let me see. All right, I'm following it right here. See where it's at. So this here would be a momentum counter scalp entry. The reason why we have that is because we have a sell signal right here. We have 2 green candles. This is a momentum counter scalp. It's going against momentum into the correction on the upside. I was trying to get into it. I was waiting for it to kind of pull back a little bit. So now it's kind of pulled back. Let me see if I can put a buy stop right there to catch as it comes back up. I'm probably not going to get a good entry. I'm probably going to get some slippage here. So let me put my buy stop right here. Let me see price point on trading view or on FTMO is 36.27. I think it's like 278. 36.278. Watching right there as it comes up. Hasn't filled yet. All right, it's filled now. So I'm in the position. I got in at kind of bad entry, honestly. Got some slippage there on the fill. So I'm just gonna have to watch it, and I'm gonna push it up. I gotta manually pull out, unless it like spikes up pretty nice. Looks like the spread right now might be kind of wide too. Watching it right there. Pending buy signal. It's like a blocky. It's the candle is moving kind of blocky right now. Yeah, a lot of blocky movement. This price continues to so you can see where it's bouncing off. It's bouncing off the sessions right here. It's kind of a risky area right now because it's in an area of manipulation where that purple line is. Oh man, I'm getting it swings back up from here. It's 30. It's 25. So I'm still in the position right now. It's a little farther down. See if we get a V1 right here off the London high. I got hit with some slippage earlier, so my entry is actually not as good as it should have been. I'm getting sick. Oh. See if we get a V1 here. Still in it. Ah, fuck me. I got stopped out. All right, it's all good. I got stopped out. My slippage gave me some like bad entry point. A bad entry. It's just a bad area to trade. And this was kind of my bad right here, guys. I didn't realize that the entry point was touching the session. So it's all good. I ate the loss right there. If you guys took the loss with me, it's all good. We'll bounce back from it. But I just realized that this entry right here was touching the purple line. So it should have been avoided. This is considered a red flag. So this is kind of my bad right here, guys. The entry happened right here. There's a sell signal, green candle, green candle. I didn't realize that this one here was touching it. Because whenever a price is touching the red flags, you're supposed to avoid them. And that was just my mistake there. I mean, this thing might swing back up, but it's all good. I ate the loss there, unfortunately. Got some slippage, so I ate some of a little bigger loss than I typically would have. I mean, the trade is technically running still, but I'm already out. So I'll just give you guys a heads up. I'm counting this as a loss right here. Because of the slippage. I put my pending order right there, and then as soon as it filled, I actually got in a little lower. I think because of the spread too. So it sucks. Not the best way to start off the week, but ate a loss right there for the trade. So I'll put this over here. Momentum counter scalp entry. And avoided because entry candle. touching sessions, red flag. All right, it's all good. I had to pay more attention. So that was my bad right there. Unfortunately, we got caught in this area of manipulation here where the sessions is at. Typically, I don't take any trades around this area, but I didn't realize that this here touched the sessions. So it's all good. Anyways, so this area right here, we should probably avoid. We want price to push away from it and climb up higher from there. See if there's anything else here that I'm missing. No, we're good. All right. So yeah, we typically, if you want to take sells, I probably would take them away from the red flags. If you're looking for sells, look for them down here, or if you're looking for buys, look for them probably away from all of these here. Because this area is just too risky. It's kind of hard to tell the price is touching any of these sessions. With the entry that we just took, or that I took, I don't know if anybody else took it, but for me personally, it was touching the sessions right there. I should have avoided it. I was too focused on seeing if it was going to close green. And I think when price came red a little bit, it came down and touched it. And then from that point, it ended up getting caught in that area. So it's all good. It happens, everybody makes mistakes. But that's about it for that entry right there. That's my first loss for December. It's all good. We had a pretty good trading week last week. So I have a cushion to make a mistake. Hopefully I don't do it again. But yeah, that could have been easily avoided. Let's see, Jeff's asking if 367, 637 is a V1 variation. Yeah, so this would be a V1 variation here, but it wouldn't meet criteria. So this is a V1 pattern, but it's not exactly a V1 variation, because in order for you to have a V1 variation, you need to have bias for itself. Bias right now is for a buy because everything is bullish. So that right there, it would be a V1 pattern. If you're using the bias, it wouldn't be an actual V1 entry, but it is a V1 pattern. You got double body rejection right there. Some people don't use a bias. So depending on the person, if you want to use bias or not, you can still take that there. I've seen a lot of people still take entries there for a V1. So it just depends on how you apply it. If you're looking for the riskier way with no bias, then you could have taken that there. If you're looking with the bias, obviously the bias here is bullish. So I personally would not have been looking for for any sells there. So as you guys can see, we're having a correction back to the upside. We just got caught in this fake out right here with this big red candle. I'm not sure what caused a big drop there. Looks like price was just being manipulated around this area here, but you can see the correction right back up. So unfortunately, we just got caught in that manipulation there. And it just ended up getting burned. Sorry guys, I think I'm getting sick. It's cold weather. All right, so let's see what we got over here. We got some team profits here from Kenny. Kenny locked in 2,440. Looks like he took the same trade, but he got in a little earlier for the breakout. And then Kenneth over here, he has profit on these accounts, and for his two accounts right here, he just took small trades to write up the days for his account to be passed. So his real profit down here, he locked in 3,840 for the day. Nice work, Kenneth. We got a pending buy signal right here. I was really thinking it was going to push up earlier, right, Maddie? When we saw this over here, because it had a pending buy signal, I thought I was going to spike up. I probably could have pulled out right here, but I didn't. I probably should have already thought about it once my MT4 started freaking out. I should have just pulled out early, but it's all good. Looks like MT4 might be okay now. I don't know if it's still freezing up, but I did hit a lot of slippage on my trade. So I was supposed to lose 5,000. I ended up losing 5,600. So a bit of some slippage there. Could be worse, but just a heads up for you guys. All right, so as you guys can see where price is currently at, this is all an area of manipulation. There's nothing going on around this area. So we need price to push out of it. We need price to push up. I probably wouldn't even take any trades around this area here unless you have some decent space for price to climb up higher. But realistically, price is just consolidating around this area down here. There's nothing for you guys to take at the moment. As you can see over here, there's some highs getting established, but they're not very good. They're kind of jumbled up. So here is the clean chart. See the high low here. All right, so it looks like this is the range right now at the moment. Price is pretty much ranging in between the 4-hour resistance, which is now considered the support, and the 1-minute resistance level up here. So we'll see if price ends up swinging back up from here. But there's probably just going to be a lot of manipulation at this area. You can see 1% of the retail sentiment has changed. So it's currently 81% now. It was 82% this morning. And again, we just got to wait. So price is now below the, it's below these sessions over here. So price is starting to climb down a little bit, but it's still very bullish. So you can see over here on the 30-minute, 1-hour, and 4-hour, the higher time frame is still very bullish. The lower time frame, they're starting to shift. They're starting to be a little more on the neutral side, which is completely fine. Yeah, Nick, I just saw your message in there. Yeah, Nick was saying that like I should probably consider getting a Windows PC just for trading because he does notice that it doesn't really disconnect as much on the PC. I'm not really sure if it's the PC or the broker though, because, or I mean, it could be, who knows? But yeah, obviously it'd be better for me to trade on a native platform. So I'll probably get a computer probably by the end of the year. I'll probably get like a gaming laptop so I can trade on Apex. But as of now, probably gonna hold off on it. So we got Jeff over here, total profit of 780 for the day. Nice work, Jeff. Pretty much all wins except for that first one right there, pre-market. So solid work right there. And then we have Barack over here, total profit of 8,370 for the day. Nice work, Barack. Yeah, so you guys locked in some pretty good profit so far. See what else we got over here. Gotcha. Nick said micro center Christmas sales. Oh yeah, no, definitely. I'm gonna look them up after this actually. You know, I live right next to Micro Center in Irvine, so I'll probably check them out. I'll probably go today after the session. I mean, it doesn't really matter how much it costs. I'm just gonna get like a pretty decent gaming laptop. Probably not a computer because I don't really like. I'm only gonna use it for trading, so I'll probably check it out. Micro Center. Yeah, thanks, Nick. Craig said price is currently at news price from 8:30. Red flag. Was there news today? I don't think there's news yet, Craig. Unless it's news from a different day, because it's only 7 o'clock right now. The news doesn't come up until 8 o'clock. So it just might be your because Craig is in the UK, I believe. Yeah, so yeah, you're good. He was looking at this over here. Yeah, no, it happens to me all the time. There's a V1 pattern over here setting up, or a V1 variation actually. It's too close to the session, so I wouldn't take it. But it's a pretty nice V1 variation right there. I think price will probably climb up from this point. You guys can see a lot of manipulation around these areas where the sessions are at. So if you guys want to take this V1 variation, I mean, you guys can, but I'm going to be careful and I'm not going to take it because it's right at the red flags. So there is a V1 variation right here. That is setting up. All right, so just gonna let it be for now. I'm not in this position, guys, but if you guys want to take it, I just marked it up for you guys there, V1 variation. Looks like it's gonna hit TP and it did. Yeah, I'm gonna trade up. So full TP right there for the V1 variation. And still climbing up. It's just in an area where there's a lot of manipulation though. So just be careful if you guys are looking to take anything else here because this whole area here is an area of manipulation. We have the London high, Asia high, opening price, New York high. It's just not really, it's not the best area to be trading in my opinion. So just be a little careful with your entries here. Yeah, Maddie said the candle is huge too. Might get that continuation. Yeah, possibly. If it closes green, there'd be a continuation right here. Again, you just want to be careful because it's right at the sessions. It's touching the sessions again right here. So if you guys want to take it, just understand the risk. If you are taking this entry or looking to take it, because it's right at the it's touching the sessions. I'm going to hold off on this one here, and it's fine because it didn't even close. So there's no entry there for a B3 continuation. Again, it's touching the session just like it did earlier. So I gotta pay better attention to that because this could have been easily avoided earlier, even though it was looking like a pretty good entry. It just ended up getting caught in the fake out right here throughout this area because it pretty much faked out. Price faked out pretty heavy and then it went straight up to where it's supposed to go. Yeah, the entry here would have hit TP actually, it looks like, if it didn't fake out at this point, or if it just ended up pushing up from where it was. So there's no entries here right now, guys. Price continues to go back and forth. Yeah, price is just in a big range right now. So if you guys are looking to take any possible sells, the sells might be okay. Like if you look for a V3 continuation for a sell, it might go through. Sentiment here is pretty much same thing, 81%. So there is a high-low scalp V2 that is currently pending right now. But again, it's in the middle of all of these red flags, so I probably wouldn't mess with it. But if you guys are looking to take it, I'll just mark it up for you guys right there. It's not really a good area because you can see how there's a lot of levels here with these highs. And it's just confirming that price is going sideways. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's not impossible for price to break through and finally start climbing from here. So it's a risky area to take it, but there is a high-low scalp V2 right here for anybody who's looking to take it. I'm not going to take it myself because as you guys can see, it looks like price is in this big range. And the last thing I want to do is get caught in price just going back and forth for like the next hour, right? Price hasn't filled yet, but if it climbs up to this point here, it will get filled. And you're either going to get stuck in a range. So there's two different scenarios here. You're either going to get stuck in a range and price is going to go back and forth for a really long time, or you're going to get a breakthrough and it's just going to go straight up eventually. Yeah, Alan also mentioned that this is FOMC week. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. I got a bunch of news alerts that all eyes are going to be on the Fed this week. So we do have it's Fed weeks, and that's it's going to cause a lot of uncertainty in the market from now until then, until the news is released, because they're going to be releasing the interest rates, inflation rates. Let's check the calendar. So we got inflation news tomorrow. That's exactly what I just mentioned. So we're going to be looking for CPI, core inflation, the rates. We got PPI, producer price index, Fed press conference tomorrow. There's a lot of stuff going on this week, actually. Yeah. So mainly the Fed, what a lot of people are going to be waiting for. All right, guys. So the entry right here just got filled, it looks like. Or no. Oh, whoops, this is the wrong side. Sorry, I'm on the wrong chart. Actually, it didn't get filled yet. It's almost there. So this is a high-low scalp V2. If anybody's looking to take it, I'm not going to take this position. It's in too much of a red flag area right here with all of the sessions. So I'm not really looking to take anything here until price actually breaks out of this area or below. It doesn't matter if price goes up or down. I just need price to be away from where price is currently at right now. So I'm definitely going to sit out of this, of course. Randy's going to sit out too. I think it's just too risky from where it's currently at. Plus, you're getting a bunch of highs here. So price is obviously going sideways. At this point, I think I would not take the trade because now you can see price is obviously going sideways. So I'm just going to cancel this. I'm not even going to recommend that you guys take it at all because it's now going back and forth between this area up here and this area down here. It's not a good area to trade in. So you can see over here from the clean chart, there's a lot of fake outs. Price comes down, makes people think that price is going to go lower and it shoots right back up. So this is just an area of manipulation. So price is pretty much going to range right here, comes down, fakes out, might come back up, fake out, just fake outs in both directions. Yeah. So Randy, this is what I was talking about during the mentoring session. See how there's like a bunch of highs right here? When you get more than two, you should definitely avoid the trade. At this point, this is pretty clear that price is going sideways and you're kind of taking a gamble at that point. If you have two, it's fine because price might break past it like liquidity and go straight through. But with this over here, it's not a good area because, price might just go sideways for a bit. And that's exactly what's happening here. So we kind of predicted this was going to happen. Once I saw these two levels, I said, this isn't horrible, but if we get a third level, it's probably going to be pretty bad. And now you can see the price is going sideways. So if you guys are kind of curious, how to identify a ranging market, you can just draw lines at the high lows. Like if you draw the lines right here on the lows as well, you can see that this is pretty much just a sideways market. There's not really much going on here. And there's no reason for you to take anything at this point because this strategy is a directional strategy. So obviously, you guys know what to look for. All right, so price is pushing up. I mean, if you guys are looking to take a momentum pullback scalp, well, actually, there's nothing here because you need price to push away from this area as well. So, I mean, either way, for any strategy that you're looking to take here, there's no momentum pullback scalp. You need price to be above this area up here. There's a high-low scalp that's currently running right now, not one that I would personally take, as I mentioned. It is running. If you are taking it, I probably would take it for partial. So I would only reach for maybe 100 pips or even 200. I think 300 might be a little too far out because you got to get past the sessions over here to get to your full TP. So that's kind of what I see here. So price is starting to climb up a bit higher. If it climbs up any higher, like higher than this level up here, then you might be able to find a momentum pullback scalp entry. The only problem is that the sessions is right there again. So just a heads up, if you guys are looking to take the momentum pullback scalp, the sessions is like right in between right here. So I'd probably look for it to push up a bit higher, but yeah. So here's the high-low scalp V2. It's currently running in profit. Again, if you guys took it for a partial, 100 would have gotten hit already. 200 is about to get hit right now. But if you guys want to take it for the full, it's just really up to your own preference. But yeah, if you guys take it for partial, like I mentioned, looks like both of them would have gotten hit. 100 pips right there, 200 pips almost, but it's going to be right at the sessions. And of course, the full TP is going to be up here. So you guys can see if these fake outs here didn't play out, the original entry would have worked out, of course. The original entry is right here that I lost earlier. Unfortunately, I just got caught in all these fake outs right here. So I faked out a bunch, but that's where it would have been at. There's a high-low scalp right here that's currently running. Looks like. Let's see where it's at right now. Yes, there's a high-low scalp that's currently running right here. Price broke past this higher high. I don't know if it already hit, but again, it's at the red flags. There, it's a little too close to that area there. But yeah, there was a high-low scalp off the big candle right there. See, CJ said, I'm waiting for the momentum pullback scalp or in shark infested waters right now. Exactly. Yeah. So this trade is still running right now. Again, if you want a momentum pullback scalp, you need price to kind of climb up a bit higher and then retrace to this area here. Because this is where the lowest entry of lowest point of entry would be. I think the volatility is kind of low right now too. Yeah, the volatility kind of just died down. So there's not really too much going on here. But if you guys are looking to take the momentum pullback scalp, again, price needs to push up above this area, retrace, and continue back up. That's for the momentum pullback scalp. Here is the high-low scalp V2 and the original high-low scalp. They're both running alongside each other right now. It's not really too much going on, but they're kind of just running alongside each other right now. I was going to try to get into this high-low scalp. It might be a little too late. It's again, it's at the red flags, which is the sessions right here. So unless it blasts right through, it's going to be a little tricky. And if anything, it might break out of this 4-hour resistance level. And then you want to be careful because when it breaks out of there, it might push up a little bit and then it might fake out. Just like it happened down here. You just got to look at what happened like, earlier in the day or previously in the day. Same types of patterns just keep repeating themselves. I think the spread's kind of high on FTMO right now too. The volatility is pretty much dead right now. There's like nothing going on. You guys can see. There goes, price pushes up a little higher. So you got a high-low scalp running alongside the high-low scalp V2. There's a possible momentum pullback scalp that's setting up over here as well. So let's see if this thing pushes up higher from where it's currently at. You can see price is currently rejecting off the sessions right there. Yeah, it's not really doing too much. All right, so the high-low scalp over here hit full TP already. The high-low scalp V2 is currently still running in profit. So I think the main thing to look out for is just the break and close past the structure. Price does end up pushing up higher from here. The ATR is super low. It's currently at 13 right now. So I don't think you'll be able to get any momentum pullback scalps over here, guys, unfortunately. All right, so I took a partial from this high-low scalp V2, guys, when price pulled back down over here. I followed into that move completely. You guys probably can tell when I'm getting into position because I kind of get a little laser focused on my charts. That's the reason why I left it up here to follow it. I just had to pull out some, I don't know what's up with my MC4 today, but I keep getting in at like really bad entry points. So I got in actually, well, I thought it would be a good entry point. So I thought I got in at a pretty good point down here when price pulled back down. So when price was kind of bouncing around this area, I got in for a high-low scalp. I didn't want to like kind of lure you guys into it because I knew it was a risky entry due to the sessions right here. But I just got in. It was a FOMO entry. Obviously, you can see that I still get FOMO too, just like you guys. I just wanted to recoup some of my losses from the last trade. So I took the high-low scalp V1 right here. And I'll show you guys my profits for like everything. So I didn't really recoup very much due to the spread's not even that high right now. The spread's 130. But for whatever reason, every time I enter a position here, it's just not, it doesn't give me a good price, but it doesn't give me a good entry point, which is kind of weird. I mean, it's all good. So just so that you guys can see what trades I took, I'll take a screenshot just like maybe my main account. All right, so the V2 is still running right here. It's running in profit. ATR is super low though. It's currently 18 or 12 actually. So let me take a screenshot of that account so that you guys can see what I took there. So I was able to recoup some of my losses, but not very much of it. I was supposed to lock in 2000 on that trade, but I don't know. My entries just keep getting in at bad points. All right, so here's my account so far. The two trades that I took. So you can see my loss from that first trade. My stop loss got hit. I got some slippage. It was supposed to be a $5,000 loss. Ended up losing 5,600. And then here's the trade that I just took with the high-low scalping too. I was supposed to make 2,000. Ended up pulling out at 820 because of my bad entry, which is weird because my entry wasn't that bad. And it's weird because price pushed up so far that I would have expected myself to get at least 1,000, somewhere close to it. But I mean, it is what it is. I can't do it. I can't make any, there's nothing that I can do about it. But for whatever reason, I'm getting in at really bad entry points. So, all right, we currently, there's no momentum pullback scalp because the ATR is too low, guys. It's currently at 13. The ATR has to be at least 15 in order for you to take any momentum pullback scalps. So the only thing that you guys can really look for here would be possibly breakout V3 continuations. So now that price is kind of up here, if you get a buy signal, you can maybe catch it for the continuation to the upside. But the ATR is way too low right now. Way too low. You guys can see the fake out right here happening. It did exactly what happened down here. So this is kind of what we anticipated. And it did the same thing. So price came down right here, faked out at this bottom area, price pushed back up, consolidated, came back up to this top area, faked out, and now pulled right down below. Nathan's asking, is the breakout V3 once a day? Yeah, so the breakout V3 is once a day, but if you're doing the continuation, it's continuation. So you can do that all throughout the day. Main difference between the two is that the breakout V3 is a bigger move. It's for 300 pips. The continuation is only 100 pips. So yeah, the breakout by itself, the actual strategy is only once a day, but the continuation happens like pretty much throughout the session. But it's kind of tricky because, well, around 7:30 is usually where I'd stop using it because that's when the market starts to die down a little bit. You can see it started dying down earlier over here. I mean, the ATR is super low right now. So I probably would be careful with those entries. But yeah, it's 720 right now. If the V3 continuation comes up soon, then I think it might be okay. But if it goes past 7:30, I'd probably just skip it, maybe just wrap it up and not take any more risky trades. Rashida's asking, is the V2 technically still running? Yeah, it's currently running right now in profit. So let me take this off right here. Here's the V2 right here. It's still currently running. So it's still got a ways to go. Currently got the buy signal right here. So if we get a green candle after it, that's going to be the V3 continuation. And it's actually in a better area here. So if you guys are looking to take it, I think it's going to be a lot smoother, of course. Yeah, so Maddie said this would have been a triple confluence if it closed with the buy signal. Unfortunately, it didn't. So another opportunity right here. So the breakout V2, the high-low scalp V2 just hit full TP here, guys. So if anybody took the entry, nice work. I thought it was a super risky entry, so I wasn't really looking to take it. I think because of this first entry here, the fake out we got caught in, it kind of discouraged me from looking for anything further. But yeah, the high-low scalp hit earlier right here. That's one that I took, and the high-low scalp V2 here hit for full TP right here. I didn't take this position, so it's not going to be added to anything. It was just a high-low scalp V2 that came up and played out pretty smooth. There's a breakout V3 continuation that's starting to set up right here. Again, you need to close as a pretty obvious green candle. It can't be anything that's iffy. But if it does close properly, it might climb up to the 1 minute resistance here. That's kind of where I'm expecting it to climb up to. So yeah, it's got to close pretty obviously. It can't be like the last time where it was kind of iffy, where it wasn't like what was it for sure? Sorry, that's yawning. So this is kind of what happened to me on the last entry. I was kind of focused on it closing green, and I didn't realize that it came down and touched the sessions right there for this one over here. I don't think this is gonna touch it. Well, it might not even close green. Yeah, it's not gonna close green. So no entry there for the breakout V3, but this is kind of what happened earlier. I was looking for this green candle to close, and I didn't realize it had pulled down and touched the sessions before it came back up. So I got caught in the red flag right there. So there's no entry here for a breakout V3. There needs to be a green candle after it. And as you can see here, it looks like there might be areas for fake outs at this point. So there's more structure here now. So it looks like this might be the new range. Well, I mean, price was ranging up here, came down, and now it's back into this ranged area. But, I mean, we'll see if it holds. All right. Let's see. Nathan said high-low scalp V2 said yes. There might be another one right here. Let me clean this up a little bit. Yeah, so it looks like there's another high-low scalp V2 that's setting up right here that Nathan just mentioned. Yeah, so it looks like it just got filled right there. If anybody was looking to take it. Still, it's too late for me to get into it. I didn't really see it until now. Yeah, it would have been good too. So there goes a high-low scalp V2 currently running in profit. Let's see how far it goes up from here. Price it is climbing up. All right, I just got in for a small move there, guys. I got in for a really bad entry. I don't think I should be trading anymore today. I'm FOMOing into a lot of trades here. I got in for just a quick little push. So when price started climbing up right here, what I did was I lined it up with the momentum signal. So as soon as price pushed past the momentum signal right here, I got in for a quick push, and I got hit again with some slippage. But these are all FOMO entries. I shouldn't be taking these types of trades. You guys can tell that I'm not really in the right mindset right now. So I'll continue to analyze the charts for you guys, but I don't think I'm going to take any more trades, guys. I'm making some bad decisions here. Obviously, I made profit on it, but I shouldn't be entering trades like this. I'm just kind of set back from the loss from earlier. I'm just because this trade should have hit. Obviously, it should have hit. We just got caught in this fake out right here, and it's kind of pissing me off that like everything else is working, right? So I'm kind of FOMOing into trades. We saw the high-low scalp V2 come up right here, and then I entered it. Of course, it hit TP, but I got in for some slippage. And then again, right here, I got in for a little bit of some profit. But I already knew this was a risky area because again, it's touching the sessions. So you guys see the sessions right there down below the green line. It was probably a bad decision for me to hop into it, but I'm glad that I pulled out. I'm being smart about it. And you just gotta check yourself, guys. So like whenever you guys are trading and you start to feel that you're FOMO trading or you're revenge trading or you're over trading, like for me, for example, all the entries I took right here for buys or for wins, like the small profits that I locked in, those are all revenge trades for the most part, because I'm still kind of stuck on this position right here. I don't know why I'm so stuck on it. I never get stuck on positions like that. But yeah, it's just it's my mind playing games on me, of course. So here, let me just take a screenshot where I locked in. I'm still down for the day, but I'm not down that much because thankfully these small profits have been kicking in for me. But I already know that I'm not doing what I'm supposed to. Like I'm really not disciplined right now. I'm glad I didn't hold on to it because look where price is currently at. So hopefully nobody got into this high-low scalp V2. It was kind of late to enter anyways. And again, it's just getting faked out around this area. So as I mentioned earlier, there's just a lot of fake outs that are happening here. Like the fake out down here, same thing happened over here, fake out. And then it just pulls back into this 4-hour resistance level right here. This whole level right here is where price tends to pull into. So here are my profits and losses so far, mainly my losses because I'm still in the negative for the day. I mean, I kind of recouped some of it. So again, right there goes the FOMO trade that I just mentioned. I got in for the quick little push to the upside, but neither of these trades should have been taken. Well, this one should have been taken, but it should have been like at a $2,000 profit. This one over here shouldn't have been taken. There's no entry here. I kind of just FOMOed into it and price was starting to climb up past the momentum signal. So I'm still down 4,000 for the day on this account, which is not that bad because I was down 5,000. So I kind of recouped some of it. But yeah, I just got to check myself. I'm revenge trading. I almost never do this on the live session. I don't know why today, for whatever reason, I'm just stuck on trying to recoup my losses. So I'll continue to look for some more entries here, guys. But again, I'm probably going to hold off on my own accounts. I'm going to sign off my MT4 actually, because I already know I'm going to FOMO into something else. And it's not a good area to trade in. So if we were away from this area here where all the red flags are, it would have been okay for me to maybe stay on and then take some speculative moves because I do have an idea where price is going. I do think price is going to go up, but right now it's just kind of tricky because it keeps getting pulled back into this area down here. So if you guys remember the momentum counter scalp continuation, there's two green candles right here. It's kind of expected for this to push up a little higher. The only problem here again is that it's at the sessions. So it's expected to go up. There's a lot of different continuation type strategies. Like if you're looking at the momentum counter scalp, there's one right here. There's another one here too. Green buy signal, 2 red candles. Would have pulled back a bit, but it would have ended up hitting TP eventually. So 2 momentum counter scalp continuations there, right there, right there, right here. But it's at this red flag area, so it's not really a good area to be trading in. Right there. Right there. There's a lot of entries here. So this is something we talked about last week, if you guys remember. So there's actually a bunch of entries here that came up. So there's a buy signal, 2 red candles, continuation right there, but it was in the red flag area. Sell signal right here, 2 green candles, continuation. Right here, green candle, 2 red candles, continuation. Red sell signal, 2 green candles, continuation. It's probably going to push up eventually. It might go sideways for a bit, but eventually it'll probably push up and hit TP. So there's 2 different types of continuation strategies that we discussed. There is the breakout V3 continuation and the momentum counter scalp continuation. That kind of just runs throughout the day. Calvin said, I feel you trade hit 6 points, then loss. That one should have won. Yeah, exactly, Camo. It's close to it. All right, let's see what else we've got over here. Yeah, I'm just seeing the YouTube right now with Kenny and Barack. Yeah, it's a tricky market right now. I think just because it's like within this area here, it's just not really going anywhere. I mean, it's pretty much just going back and forth. So fake out below, fake out above, and it cuts back into this area. It's currently 7:30 right now, so I think it was a good thing that I closed out my MT4. Typically around 7:30 is usually where I start to see the riskier entries. From my experience, guys, the breakout V3 continuations, they tend to lose after 6:30. So if you guys are looking for some breakout V3 continuations, I'd probably be very careful about the entries here because I typically see them. The main reason why I see them lose around this time, or not really lose, but they kind of become a very tricky entry, is because the volatility dies down. As you can see from the ATR down below, it's currently at 12. It's super slow right now compared to where it should be. It should be at like 15 right now, right? So I'm not really expecting too much here. Let's take a look at retail sentiment. Retail sentiment is still at 81% short, so it's not really doing too much here. It's still kind of just going. I mean, these people have been in a sell for a while now. They're kind of just hoping and praying that price comes down. But I think eventually price is going to make its climb to the upside. The ATR is so low that there's not really much movement. So I think whoever's holding the sell is just going to keep holding. Tron said price is enticing retail traders to go into sells. Yeah, and I agree with you 100%, Tron. That's exactly what I'm expecting too. I do think price is going to push up because there's so many retail traders on the sell side. But it's just a matter of time. It's probably just going to keep churning more sellers into the market. So what might happen here is price might just continue to go sideways and more people are going to enter sells. Because what do you think people are thinking right now? For the most part, people are thinking that these tops are getting established, right? Like these highs. So I think right here, everyone's is thinking that price is at a ceiling. Right, I think this area right here, people are going to keep entering sells because they think price is going to dump from here. And then eventually price is just going to break past it and stop everybody out. Because I do expect a big bullish push to happen at some point. Might not happen right now, but I think at some point it's probably going to happen. I don't even need to draw this level right here because you can see that it's just faking out around this point. Yeah. So if anything, I would be looking for some buys. I probably would be very careful with some sells. I don't think I'd bother looking for some sells. Nathan said breakout V3 continuation setting up. Yeah, exactly. Tron said higher time frames is still bullish. Just gonna wait for a good entry. I don't want to FOMO into a buy. Yeah, same here. I'm looking at all the time frames over here, Tron. We got the 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute. The shorter time frames are all bullish. The higher time frames are all bullish as well. 30 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour. So everything here is looking good for a buy. It's just it's just a matter of time until it actually goes through. So there's a V3 continuation setting up right here. I'm not going to take this entry. I already closed out my MT4. So I'll follow it for you guys, but I'm not in the position. So I'm not taking it here. Again, just a reminder, it's after 7:30. The volatility is very low. So it's probably going to hit. It just might take some time before it goes up and hits TP. But I'm not in the position. I closed out my MT4. No more FOMO trades for me. I'm on revenge trade mode right now. So I don't really think there's any necessity for me to force anything. Yeah, Kenneth said, I also think that the thought process of since price is so high, it's going to come down. Big part of why retail is so high too. Yeah, and I agree with you too, Kenneth. 100%. That's exactly what I think too. It's just the retail thinking, right? I try to do the opposite. So like if people are thinking it's too high, I'm like, no, price will probably climb up higher. So here goes the breakout V3 continuation. It's pushing up almost at full TP. If you guys want to pull out already, you guys can. It's really close to TP. You know, today's not one of those days where you should hold it to full TP because a lot of fake outs have been happening throughout the day. So I think this will probably hit full TP, but I mean, if you guys are happy with your profits, it's so close to TP already. Nice. Yeah, Nathan said he got it for a partial and he's done for the day. Maddie said this trade is probably going to hit, but I'm also in the mode where I want to make my losses back. So he closed everything. Yeah, same here. And full TP right there for the breakout V3. So if anybody took it, full TP right there. Thanks to Nathan for calling it out. He identified it pretty perfect and it played through. So yeah, if you guys have more profits to post up, feel free to send them in. We got Nathan here, all wins for the day. Nice work, Nathan. Total profit of 2,300 for the day. Nice work with all those full TPs. We got Barack here, total profit of 41,765. Nice work, Barack. If there's any more profits you guys want to send in, feel free to send them in. Price is starting to make its stride to the upside. Here is the high-low scalp V2, full TP on this too. So a lot of the entries here are hitting, as you guys can see. It's just the market's not really moving super smooth. You can see price kind of came down right here, got close to stop loss, and it's going all the way back up. So if anybody caught the high-low scalp V2 right here, nice work, full TP on that. And yeah, I mean, other than that, there's not really much else right now. Price is finally breaking past the 1 minute resistance. It's making a stride to the upside. This is exactly where it was supposed to be today. We just got a bunch of these fake outs right here. And then it climbed all the way back up. We were already expecting it to go up. And this is kind of what Tron was mentioning earlier too, right? The retail sentiment's so high and they just got stopped out, but a lot of them are still holding on. It's still 81%. So a lot of people who are holding the sells, I'm assuming these sellers right here are holding it on the higher time frames. So I don't think these right here are short-term traders. I think a lot of these are just holding long-term and their stop losses are pretty far out. So that's a good thing because odds are, if that's the case, price is going to keep climbing higher, right? But yeah, no, the high just got taken out right there, what Barack said. And yeah, went straight through. So the high-low scalp V2 right there, full TP, breakout V3 continuation, full TP. Other than that, nothing else for now. So we'll continue looking for the next entry. But at the moment, there's just nothing for us to take right now. These highs got knocked out, so that's pretty much done with. Actually, those levels there can still be used. Yeah, Tron said I used to get into sells just because I thought price was too high, lost a lot of money that way. Yeah, and I think that's a common thing for a lot of people, right? I think a lot of people think just because it's at a resistance, it needs to bounce off it, right? Or there's a ceiling there and price needs to come down. Typically, it doesn't mean anything. It just means that price is at a structure where price is going to do one of two things. It's either going to bounce off or it's going to break through. Most of the time, if you have sentiment, it's going to break right through. So pretty solid for the most part. There's no other entries available right now. So, all right, guys, if there's any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat. It's 7:38 right now, so there's not really much time between now and 8 o'clock. So if there's anything that you guys want me to cover, anything that you guys want me to review, feel free to let me know and we'll cover it. We'll continue to stay on here, but again, like I mentioned, not really looking for anything at the moment. Yeah, Tron said US30 would have a huge bullish New York session, and then Asia session, I would get into sells and then lose my mind as price would continue to climb up. Yeah, no, I would do the same thing too, in the past. That's why I don't even trade Asia session anymore. A lot of people, well, we used to trade like all sessions before, and we used to look for entries that like throughout the day. But Asia session is just it's just a whole bunch of manipulation, right? Because there's certain times where price will go in a certain area. The only problem is like if you get stuck in a position, like say for example, you take a trade in the beginning of the Asia session and it gets closer to London, you start to lose your mind because price starts to reverse the other way after it's been like slowly moving in your direction for like the past, like 8 hours or so. So I don't trade Asia at all anymore. I just trade New York because same thing would happen to me. You look for that big push during New York, and then you look for the correction during Asia. It just ends up consolidating, and then it keeps pushing back up as it gets closer to London. It's typical retail trap. So some good news, guys. There's some software that I kind of came across recently. I was gonna do it today, but or I was gonna do it this week, but since I'm traveling, I'm not gonna have time to really study it. So I'm gonna try to get onto the program and software next week. It's not necessarily anything crazy. It's just it kind of it gives it has an algorithm for the COT data. So if you guys remember, we talked about the COT data. I think the COT data is going to be really useful right now. So if you guys are familiar with the COT data, it's the commitment of traders or whatever it's called. So we can use that with this here. Yeah, exactly. Maddie said COT data plus sentiment. This is exactly what we were talking about yesterday, Maddie. So like the sentiment here is 81%. So I think the COT data is going to be very useful because if COT data is showing that the hedge funds and institutions are buying, then this here, you can start trading on higher time frames. You can trade on like even the daily time frame and just look for like some bottom ups. Like you can look for like some V1 variations from the bottom side. So super, super useful. It's from that video that you sent me, Maddie. So the video you sent me yesterday, I did some research onto like what software this guy is using, and I found the software. So I'm gonna see what he's doing with the software, and then I'm gonna try to make my own. So I'll buy into the software, and then I'll just I'll make it better. You can just find the COT data online, Maddie. So let me see if I could look it up for you guys. I think it's on let me see, commitment, traders report, yeah. So let me just put it over here real quick. Transit COT data shows what the market makers are doing. Yeah, exactly. So if you wanted to look over here, I mean, it's not that hard to do it. It's just it's a lot of work for me to like keep up with it. So this is from December 5th. There's going to be more data that comes out. It comes out like every week, I believe. So if you wanted to look here, so legacy reports, Chicago Board of Trade. This is what we use CBOT. Go to short format. And then the data over here is going to show. Let me see if I can just search it up. It's too much work for me to look at on here. Okay, so the Dow Jones right here. So if you guys can see over here on the Dow, it shows you non-commercial. These are the market makers, institutions. Commercial is like us, retail traders. So you can kind of see over here, they're actually short, or they were short. Yeah, actually, no, sorry. These are, so non-commercial is retail traders, commercial is are the market makers institutions. So you can see over here that they're actually they're kind of split. So it's not super obvious right here. The software that I was going to be using, it pretty much gives you a heat map of where everything's sitting. So like basically you can kind of see what's bullish and what's not just by using fundamentals. A lot of people don't use fundamentals in retail sentiment. So it's not super useful right now for this week, specifically on the 5th. But when the new data comes out for the following week, let me check the calendar real quick. I think they come out on Tuesday. So tomorrow they're probably going to come out the new data, and we'll see I'm pretty sure this is going to be opposite. Well, it's going to be the same. The retail is probably gonna be super heavy on the shorts, and then the commercial is probably gonna be super heavy on the buys. This is probably better, the long format. But this is from the real estate index. Oh, right here. Okay, so this one is the one that we're looking for. Okay, so the DJI, non-commercial, it's kind of even. Commercial is kind of even, so it's not really useful right now. But we'll see what happens for the next week. Yeah, exactly. Maddie said that explains the range. Commercial is split down the middle. Yeah. So that's why price has been ranging a lot because it is exactly what Maddie said. So if you look over here at the DJI, this is the Dow Industrial. This is basically what we're trading. We're trading YM, we're trading the Dow. So you can see over here that the commercial is pretty much, there's more people on the long side though. So there's a little bit more on the longer side. It's 53,465 on the long side. So 53,465 are buying, like basically all the institutions and the hedge funds. And then 50.632 is selling. So that's why we're getting a big range right now because they're on both sides. But for the most part, there's more on the buy side. So obviously I'd rather be buying. But it's not super one-sided. This is kind of where you can like find stuff that you want to trade. Like if you want to look for stuff that I mean, there's a bunch of stuff here. It's not just that, but if you see where it's super like one-sided, like for example over here, like the 10-year yield, all of the institutions are selling. So obviously you would sell a 10-year yield. Commercial over here, they're buying, institutions are selling. What are you gonna do? You're gonna sell. So I'll probably check back tomorrow when the new data is released and we'll see if there's anything better there, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be buying. There's no reason for them to sell. All the retail traders are pretty much selling right now. So again, guys, right here, there's another breakout V3 continuation that's starting to set up. Buy signal, green candle. I wouldn't really recommend taking it because the volatility is extremely low right now. So if you look down below, ATR is currently at 10 points. I mean, it's probably gonna hit CP, but it's at 10 points right now. Yeah, exactly. Tron says COD data on US30 would explain why price has been in consolidation all last week. Yeah, that's exactly why it was, Tron, because it's pretty much going sideways. All right, so another full TP right there for a breakout V3. Also, Kenny said that momentum pullback scalp just hit. If you would have held it. Oh yeah, because there was one that was like way from over here, right? So momentum pullback scalp actually like pulled up right here, retraced. The entry would have been down there. Technically, you would have pulled out right here, but yeah, if you would have held it, full TP. It's just the volatility is so low right here, and that's why you're getting a lot of this back and forth movement. But full TP right here on the breakout V3 continuation. So as you guys can see, there's a lot of entries that are hitting, but for my thought process right now, it's just not really a good area for me to be trading in. So I'm taking a lot of FOMO trades. I'm not really waiting for the entries to come to me. I'm kind of just forcing them as I see them come up. It's just a good. It's probably best for me to just sit out and not take anything too risky. So, all right, guys. If there's any other questions that you guys have, feel free to put them in the chat. Here, I'll post up the COD data. I mean, it's not that hard. If you guys just search up commitment of traders or a commitment of, I don't know what it's called. I forgot what I searched up. Yeah, commitment of traders report. It's going to be the first one from the CFTC. And then you'll have the data right here. So I'll just put this over here real quick for whoever wants it. I put in the Zoom. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna put this to everybody. I mean, we've discussed this before. We just haven't really been using it very much lately. But yeah, there goes the COD data right there. But yeah, guys, so I think this might be it for the session. It's 7:50 right now. There's not really much for us to take. I'm not expecting anything to happen from now until 8 o'clock. So, all right, guys, if there's any other questions that you guys have, feel free to put them in the chat. There's some more profits over here from you guys. So Felix over here with a total profit of 1,463 for the day. Nice work, Felix. We have Jonathan here, total profit of 885 for the day. All wins there. Nice work, Jonathan. We got Eunice, total profit of 1,277 for the day. Great work, Eunice. Felix's earlier profits, 453. And Maddie over here with a small loss for the day. He recouped some of his losses. He's only down 246 for the day, so not too bad. It happens, right? Today's just one of those off days. Market caught me slipping, to be honest. Well, I should have avoided that trade earlier, and it could have been easily avoided, but it's all good. It happens. It just brings me and it grounds me and brings me back to earth, right? We're doing so well for like the past couple weeks, and last week was just a killer week. So, sometimes you just got to take those losses to bounce back and understand that you got to be on your best game every time you guys are trading. So, I think that's it for today, guys. If there's any other questions, feel free to reach out. But I think this is pretty much it for the most part. Yeah, exactly. Trying to jump into a trade when the setup is not good and then winning sets you up for bad habits. Not good. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you 100%. And that's why I figured I should have stopped. So I think what we'll do tomorrow is I'll try to get on a little earlier. Hopefully let me check the release schedule. All right, so for December, it comes out on the 13th. So it doesn't come out tomorrow, but it will come out on Wednesday. So on Wednesday, I will, actually, no, sorry. It comes out on the 15th. I forgot, we're in 2023 right now. So it comes out on the 15th on Friday. So there's no COP data until Friday. So I guess we'll keep this and we'll take a look on Friday to see what comes out. But that's a problem with the COD data, is that it comes out so late that you can't really tell until this will probably set us up for the following week. So we'll get it on Friday and we'll have it for the following week, which is the 18th. All right. But I think that's about it for today, guys. So if there's anything else that you guys have to ask, feel free to reach out. You guys can email me, Sean@KodiKaiTrades.com. Again, if you guys are new here and you guys want to learn these strategies or have access to these tools, just go to our website, KodiKaiTrades.com. Click on unlock your free access right here. Unfortunately, guys, I was trying to get the videos done by this week, but I am going out of town. I'm going on vacation to Hawaii for this week. I'm not leaving until Wednesday, but I don't think it's enough time for me to go back and pretty much record all the videos that I need to. But I'll try to record some videos from now until then and hopefully get them up for you guys to review. But other than that, guys, I think that's about it. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'll see you guys back here tomorrow for the next live session. So, all right, guys, I'll catch you guys then.